Let's make some soft sourdough sandwich bread. Add 250 grams of warm water to your bowl. I warm mine to about 82 degrees. Next, we are going to add our sourdough starter. I fed this 4 hours ago and it is ready to use. Going to use 150 grams. Then remove your bowl from your scale and you're going to mix this together. You want to make sure you don't have any chunks in there. So that's what it should look like. Add your bowl back to your scale. Next, we're going to add 20 grams of olive oil and then 20 grams of maple syrup. Give this a good mix. Going to add 400 grams of bread flour and then 9 grams of salt. And I'm going to start mixing this with my fork until it's kind of combined, and then I'll knead it by hand. Okay, so I've done that with the fork, and now I'm going just to scrape down my sides to make sure I get all that flour off the sides. And now go ahead and knead it for like 3 to 5 minutes by hand. Scrape down those sides again. I'm going to take a temperature of my dough. That's the way I know about how long my dough is going to ferment for. And mine's at 80 degrees. And with my house and my environment, normally my dough will take about 6 to 7 hours. I'm gonna cover this and then I'm going to come back in 30 minutes and do my first round of stretch and folds. Now that it's been 30 minutes, go ahead and wash your hands and then keep them wet. And we're going to do the stretch and folds. So go ahead and pull up on your dough and fold it in. And you're going to do this around your bowl. And I try to do it a couple times just to help build some gluten in my dough. So I do a few slap and folds too. And then you'll see how much smoother my dough looks now. I do take another temperature of my dough just to see if it's dropping a lot. And I'm about 77.5. So I'm probably gonna stick this in my oven so it can just stay a consistent temperature and then come back and do another round of stretch and folds in 30 minutes. We're gonna do round 2 of our stretch and folds. So again, go ahead and wash and keep your hands wet. And we are just going to stretch up on our dough and fold it in. Again, stretch up, fold in. You'll notice how much smoother your dough is this time. And then again, I do take my dough temperature every time just to see where I'm at. And I'm still at the same from last time. I'm going to cover and let this rest for 30 minutes again. We're on our last round of stretch and folds now. So I already have my hands wet, and again, I'm just gonna stretch up, fold in. I like to form mine into a ball, and then I'm gonna set it back in my bowl, take my last temperature, and I'm still about the same temperature these last couple rounds. So I'm at like 78 degrees. I'm going to cover, and then this is going to sit for about 6 to 7 hours until I basically see it like almost double in size. It has been about 7 hours, and we are going to shape this dough now. So it's kind of jiggly there, it has some bubbles on top, and it's about doubled in size. Sprinkle your countertop with some flour, and go ahead and get your dough out on your countertop. Okay, I am going to spread this pretty thin now. I want to try to get as many air bubbles as I can out, because we don't want a lot of those air bubbles in your sandwich loaves. Okay, so if you see any air bubbles, just try to go and pop them, especially the big ones. Now you're gonna take one side and fold it in, and then take the other side and fold it in to make the seams match. And we are going to roll this up, and we are going to roll it tight. And then you're gonna tuck your ends down under. You have to use your bench scraper just to build some tension on that. And then I'm using a 5x9 inch pan. I'm just gonna spray it lightly. I'm going to use my bench scraper to help me get my dough and set it in my pan. Now I'm going to go ahead and cover this, and I'm going to actually let it sit at room temperature for about an hour before I stick it in the fridge overnight. So I went ahead and pulled this out of my fridge about 2 hours ago and let it finish puffing up. Probably could have done a better job at shaping it more evenly, but it'll still turn out pretty good. So what I do now is I spray it with some water just to help create some steam while I'm baking it. And then I'm gonna take another pan and place it on top. And I have preheated my oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm going to bake this covered for about 20 minutes, and then I'll pull the cover off and bake pie for another like 20 to 25 minutes until it's completely done. Now I'm going to lower my temperature to 375, and then we're gonna take the lid off. And then I will bake for another 20 to 25 minutes. And there we go. So I want to check the internal temperature of this because I want to make sure it is at least like 200 to 205. Let this cool, and then I will slice it open. And there we go. I'll go ahead and put the full recipe in the description below and follow me for more recipes.